Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we are here for another episode of Generational Run, the podcast. And today we have Emily here.
I hear.
And we have Wan locked in.
We're here.
We have a lot of things to go over in today's video that have gone down in sports recently. We'll start with that. Let's do football first. Last week, the Jets didn't play, actually. So, can't lose if you don't play. So, that's a good result. Let's see, what else do we have from this week? The Lions, bruh. What happened, bruh? Lost to the Vikings, bro? Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we just, I don't know, fumbled the ball, I guess. It's just like Detroit to really let you down when you need it the most. Unfortunate, because I was looking for that win. But, it's all right. We'll get the win next week. I believe that puts us, at 5-3?
Let's see. Yes, 5-3. Tied with the Bears in the division. Technically behind Green Bay, who are 5-2-1. So.
Yeah, so we'll just reflect, come back next week, and get the W.
All right, and your team, the Giants, lost to the 49ers. Do you have an ad?
They like their uniforms. The uniforms didn't help them play good.
It's hard when you have your...
And they're not on TV, so it's not like you can watch it anyways.
What?
It's not on TV.
I agree. Because the Patriots are on TV at the same goddamn time. So dumb. Yeah, it's hard for the Giants, though, when they have their wide receiver and running back both hurt. It's hard when your number one at both those positions is out. Jets didn't lose. That's all I gotta say. Only one here whose team didn't lose this week.
Yeah, they lost their bye week instead.
They didn't lose their bye week. How did they lose their bye week?
Because that's what you said to me.
I said they could lose their bye week. They didn't, though. Somehow. So let's see. Next week's games, the Jets play the Browns. That's when we won't be able to watch because it's the same time as the Patriots. Giants play the Bears. Bears are 5-3. That'll be an interesting one. The Lions play the Commanders. Should be a win there with Jaden Daniels' arm being completely cooked. So, Lions should win. Giants might. Jets, we'll see what happens. They traded away some of their players, so see how that goes. And hopefully Tampa Bay can beat the Patriots, because the Patriots need to lose. They have 5 good games, and their fans are tweaking that they're the greatest team again. Even though they've played no real opponents. So, either way, yeah, the Jets did make a few trades, got a few number 1 picks coming up. There's 2 now they have for 2026 and 3 in 2025 by trading my guy Sauce. He got traded to the Colts, and then Quinnen Williams got traded to the Cowboys. So the Jets did get a first-round pick for Quinnen Williams, along with a second-round pick in Mozzie Smith, who's apparently not great, but whatever.
No, you can't win them all.
Getting the first round pick and getting rid of someone who doesn't really want to be on the team anymore isn't terrible. My guy Sauce, though, him getting traded, kind of shocking to everybody. He was someone that actually wasn't going to be considered being traded. The Colts came up and said, "Do you want 2 first round picks?" And also Adonai Mitchell. Sure, he's a wide receiver. So getting those 3 for Sauce, I mean, obviously he's one of those guys that's one of the best on the team. But when someone says we'll give you 2 first round picks, it's really hard to not take that offer, especially when your team's not really the best. So,
at least your team didn't forget about it.
Do you think the Giants really forgot?
Probably. They didn't do anything.
It also depends on what they want to do, though. Like, they might have just wanted to kind of keep who they have and see what they got for next year when everybody's healthy. So, because the Giants aren't in a spot where they're like, they're in a weird spot where they're kind of not terrible, but they're not like amazing. They got a few wins. They got some young players that are like promising on offense. So they're a little further ahead than the Jets are, where the Jets don't even have a quarterback set, right? At least the Giants have Jackson Dart, so they're kind of on that path. Where if the Jets had, a quarterback already, maybe it'd be a little different. Maybe you don't trade Sauce if you have a quarterback, but they're in a good spot where they can draft a quarterback and then also draft someone else in the first round. It's not going to be a super, super good pick, just because the Colts are going to make the playoffs and probably go at least a few rounds in the playoffs, if not to the Super Bowl. So the Colts are going to go far, most likely. So it's probably going to be a high 20s pick compared to the Jets' normal pick would probably be top 5. But still, 2 in the first round is always good. And then again, next year having 3 with their own pick and also having the Cowboys' first pick and the Colts' first pick in 2027. So they'll be in a good spot for 26 and 27 trades. Or free drafting. That's what I'm talking about. On to fantasy. This week, my team was ass. The lowest that I've scored all season, but I still was able to beat Jonathan 102-86. I had Jaden Daniels, who got hurt in the game. Jonathan Taylor on the Colts didn't really do anything for me. So it really wasn't a great week, but we were able to win either way. Emily's team, you did win. You beat my dad's team 133-106. Your team looks strong even without having Cam Scatabo, who got hurt last week. So your team looks good. I mean, both of your quarterbacks. Josh Allen got you 30, and you have Jackson Dart with 31 on the bench. So you got good quarterbacks there for sure. Mm-hmm. My brother beat Jonathan's brother 133-127. And Wanderland. Come on, bruh. You lost to Nick's nifty team. Bro hasn't made one change to his team since the start of the year.
Listen, that's not my fault. It's not like I'm playing on the field, bro.
Bruh.
I've made changes to my team, but it still hasn't gotten me to win. I mean, I got the wins in the first, 3 weeks?
You were 2-0 to start, and now you're 2-7, bruh. You see this dude you have in your starting lineup, Caleb Johnson.
Yep.
Do you see this number right here? This is 100.
Yep.
That means he's ranked as the 100th best running back in fantasy football.
Oh, he's not getting 100 points every time?
No. He's the 100th best in fantasy with a projection of like 1.5. And that's who you're starting, and you're like, damn, how'd I lose, bruh?
I have no clue how I lost. I'm going to have to go and hit up Stephen A. Smith after this and see if I can get like a professional analysis on why I lost.
Just the guy to get professional analysis from.
Especially this time of year, bro. On election day.
Oh, God. All right. Next week's matchups. I have to go against my brother, so that'll be a good one. That will be good. Emily gets a good week. You get to go up against a Nick's nifty team, so as long as all your players play, you should get a W. Wen's got to go up against Jonathan's brother, so I don't think that Wen's going to win.
I just got to lock in, put in number 1 running back or quarterback or whatever.
Doesn't even know. Looking at the standings, currently this week, I'm first at 8-1 with a 7-game win streak. 99% chance to make the playoffs. My brother, now second, 6-3, 2-week win streak, 94% chance to make the playoffs. Emily sitting in third, 5-4, 1-week win streak, 76% chance to make the playoffs. Third highest. Then we have Jonathan's brother, who is also 5-4, 2-week losing streak, 66% chance. And then it drops down. My dad and Jonathan both sitting at 4-5, both about 30% chance to make the playoffs. And all the way at the bottom, Mr. September's twin teams, 7-week losing streak with a 1% chance to make the playoffs.
0. Let's go, boy.
It's about to be 0 if you lose the next week.
Well, I can't lose to Nick's nifty team. That's all it is.
Because the most you can get is 6 more wins, and basically you need Emily and Jonathan's brother to not get any more wins, just to tie them on record.
I have hit 2 protects in a row in our professional Pokemon tournament. I think that I can get a 1% on fantasy football win that week.
You gotta just keep winning, bruh. You only have the least points scored this season, so.
It's all the motivation to get it up.
You're the only one to not be over 900 scored. Alright, so that is that for fantasy football. And football in general. Now, we get into a topic that I don't know if Emily wants to be participating in this discussion. Are you ready?
Oh, it's right now.
Yeah. Are you going to be here?
I said I was.
Okay. Making sure. This weekend, or the past weekend now when the video goes out, we had the NASCAR Championship weekend. And it was quite awful. It started out with the truck race. Corey Heim got the championship win, which he deserves to win it. And it was super, super good to see the driver who had 11 wins and he made it 12 wins on the season get the championship. The most dominant season by any driver in the truck series. He was able to go out, get the win, overcome the awfulness that is the NASCAR playoffs. He had to go 7 wide into the corner. Phoenix, second to last lap, but he was able to make that move, go from 10th to 2nd to put himself in a spot to go for the race win. So that was good. Corey Heim winning. Again, overcoming the awful playoffs, which are most likely at least getting changed, if not going away, after this season. Then, though, we jump to the Xfinity Series. And the Xfinity Series had a very similar driver in the spot as Corey Heim was in the Truck Series. Xfinity Series this season, absolutely dominated by Connor Zillage. By far, the best driver in that series. Won 10 or 11 races. had 18 top fives in a row. Just put up insane stats and numbers. Unfortunately, NASCAR has a flawed way of crowning a champion. And as we've seen in multiple series across multiple seasons, the best driver with the best stats that is the most deserving does not always win the championship.
Wow.
So, Corey Zilich finished third in the Xfinity Series race at Phoenix. Jesse Love, who was in the championship 4 and who was awful all season, won the championship by winning the race. Jesse Love had won one race before winning Phoenix. It's the first race of the season. Jesse Love is not champion material or deserving of being champion in the NASCAR Xfinity Series level. The fact that championships are determined through one race, going on to one lap, is an awful way to determine a champion. It has been since it was introduced and continues to produce undeserving champions throughout all the years that has been implemented pretty much. From the Cup Series, especially 2015, Kyle Busch missed half the season and went on to be champion. And then you had the last few years, or 2018, Kyle Busch, Kevin Harvick, Martin Truex dominated, only for Joey Logano to win the last race and be the champion. And then, again, 2020, Kevin Harvick was the best driver. Didn't even make the championship round because he had a bad round of 8. He had a bad 2 races. So, he was not the champion of the year. He won 9 races in 2020. 2022, 23, and 24, dominated by Penske drivers at Phoenix, who did nothing deserving of being champion throughout that time. We also seen it in the Xfinity Series levels. Daniel Hemrick's only career Xfinity Series win being at Phoenix by pushing Austin Cindric out of the way in 2021. And in the Truck Series in 2023, Corey Heim was deserving of champion then, only to get spun by Carson Hocevar when Ben Rhodes then went on to win the championship. This year added to that list with Connor Zilich being by far the best driver, the most deserving driver, and in a full season championship would have been champion a week before the race even happened at Phoenix. He would have also won the championship by missing a race. That's how good he was. He missed the race in Texas earlier in the year after the injuries that he got at Talladega from crashing. He was that dominant. To miss a race and still be that far ahead in the championship. To not win is just awful for the sport. It's awful for growing the sport in general, as you can have the young drivers that are talented and deserving of being champion to market and promote the sport. Instead, Jesse Love wins instead of the driver who is honestly probably the most marketable young driver in any of the 3 NASCAR levels. So, it's just awful that he didn't win the championship, and it affects other things because he was supposed to do a race in Bahrain with the endurance cars, but the FIA does not allow him in because he doesn't have enough points for his license for racing, because he got second in the Xfinity Series championship instead of first, even though he's way better than the champion.
Well, you said that, was that a discussed thing? Like he would go to Bahrain?
Yep, he had planned to do it.
I don't know why they would talk to him about that if he didn't have enough points to
because
already be
he
selected.
should have won the championship. It wouldn't have mattered.
Right, but I mean, like, it's
because you got to plan it. The race is happening in like 3 weeks.
I mean, I could see them going up to him and being like, "Hey, you have a really good likelihood of winning this race. You know, we should talk about possibly you going to Bahrain." Like, I can see them wording it like that, but saying like, "Hey, listen, you're the best driver out there. You're gonna win." Like,
well, they didn't say that, but it's just one of those things that it hurts those opportunities, which again would help the sport on an
Right,
international level. He can't go because the FIA's dumbass rules. Because that's a whole other subject. The FIA and their rules in Europe heavily favor racing in Europe. They super like discredit the championships of NASCAR specifically. Getting second or no, getting fourth. If you got fourth in the Xfinity Series season,
Mhm.
it's the same amount of points as winning the karting championship in Europe. That's how much they disrespect NASCAR and scaling of that, basically. It's pretty awful. Yeah. So that was really bad. Connor Zilch was super upset about it, obviously. He was there crying next to his car after that race because he should have been the champion. And a lot of fans of Connor Zilch, obviously, are very upset about it. And I think people just in general, within the sport and fans, everybody knows he's the deserving champion. And Jesse Love winning is just awful. Honestly, Jesse Love's probably the least deserving of the four that were even in the championship four. Because not only that, Connor Zilch was the best. Justin Allgaier, who didn't win, was the second best driver. So, if Zilch didn't win, Allgaier winning, it still would have sucked, but it probably wouldn't have been as bad as the guy who did nothing all year. Then, though, it gets better. We move on to the Cup Series. Now, in the Cup Series, all four drivers who are in the Championship 4, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin, William Byron, and Chase Briscoe, are all deserving of being in the Championship 4. It's probably the most even and deserving Championship 4 that there ever has been. Denny Hamlin was the driver who most people were hoping to have win. He's raced for 20 years. He has 60 wins and no championships. He's got the most wins of anybody without a championship. He's top 10s on the wins list, tied with Kevin Harvick. He is one of the best drivers in the history of the sport. And a lot of people were hoping he would win that championship. So, at Phoenix, on that Sunday, Denny Hamlin was dominating the race. He led the most laps that anybody's ever led in a race of the Championship 4. Throughout the race, there was a lot of tire issues. A lot of cars were having their tires fail on them. And the only driver in the Championship 4 that didn't was William Byron. And with 3 laps to go, William Byron's tire does blow out, and he hits the wall, and NASCAR throws the caution. Thus leading to overtime, where Kyle Larson takes 2 tires, Denny Hamlin takes 4. Denny Hamlin's too far back to then go past Kyle Larson. So Kyle Larson wins the championship for the season. The thing about it that makes it difficult and upsetting to people and for the drivers, everybody wanted Denny Hamlin to win. And he dominated and was deserving to win on that day. Kyle Larson in a year-long championship is the most fitting of the 4, as he would have been the highest in the points. But Denny Hamlin not winning under the format that NASCAR had set of whoever races the best in the last race, basically is the champion, had it locked up to not win it, made it really, really hard for everybody to kind of go along with that and deal with it, because Kyle Larson didn't do shit that whole race. He was just kind of there. He was running about third of the championship for the entire day and did not win, or he did win the championship, but didn't lead a single lap. The only driver to not lead a single lap in the championship 4 ever to win the championship. So, It's, I think, worse what happened on Saturday in Xfinity where the best driver doesn't win. But Denny Hamlin not winning was definitely disappointing. And to lose in that way where it came down to NASCAR's inconsistency in making calls. Early in the race, drivers had flat tires and drove around the whole track. But in that moment, they just decided, nah, we'll call the caution here when he hit the wall, or Byron hit the wall. So, just inconsistency in their calling. Not a great move also by Denny Hamlin's crew chief to do 4 tires. So, it was just overall quite bad and really showed how awful the single race format is because it doesn't help the sport. Nobody's talking about it on ESPN or on Fox Sports talk shows on Monday morning or Tuesday morning. Nobody cares. It's only hurt the sport and delegitimized the championships. Even though someone like Kyle Larson, very deserving 2-time champion, it just makes it really, really difficult when someone goes out and performs in exactly the way that's supposed to be done and doesn't win the championship in the end. Yeah, it was not the best day, for sure, for racing. Not the best weekend. I hope that NASCAR listens to the fans and the drivers and what everybody wants, and what's going to help the sport is go back to what made it successful. Like, NASCAR was the second biggest sport to the NFL at one point. And they messed it up themselves. The leadership of the sport wanted to continue to chase that growth and try to overtake the NFL, which just wasn't going to happen. So they made a lot of decisions that were bad by changing it and being like, we're going to have the chase, which was the first format where 10 drivers made it into the championship and they all battled for it. And then 2014 making it eliminations and winning you're in and all that stuff. Trying to make it what racing isn't. Racing by whoever's the best throughout the whole year. That's what it's supposed to be. Crowning the best driver. Not Mamba Smith's stupid whoever performs when the lights are bright as bullshit. That's not what racing is about. Racing is about who has the best car and best driver throughout the whole season. And when you don't get the deserving champions, again, especially in Xfinity, with Connor Zilisch not winning, it just delegitimizes the sport. Drivers are valuing winning a race more than winning the championship, which is not how it should be. And I just hope that they make the right decision and listen to what the fans say online and not say they're all bots like they do.
They're bots.
Listen to the opinions of the great drivers in the sports, whether they're champions or not. I know they try to discredit Mark Martin for not being a champion, but he also won 40 races. Listen to those people. Listen to Mark Martin, listen to Kevin Harvick, listen to what the fans are saying and what they want and what's going to get you interested. Formula One is only growing, and they don't have playoffs, so why the hell would NASCAR if it's declining? And that's the reason people aren't watching and don't care, is the exact thing you think is going to bring people in. It's working enough one to have full season championship. It's 36 points between the top 3 drivers for the championship at the moment. So, you can have Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, or Max Verstappen if he can make a crazy-ass comeback. Any of those 3 can win the championship. And that's a hell of a lot more exciting than saying we're going to the last race and these 4 drivers are all leaving on points, and now that we've made them that way through resetting the points 10 times. And I know people like to come in and try to compare to football or baseball or basketball, but in those sports, the best teams usually win the championship because there's also multiple opportunities. In basketball, you have to win 4 games to move to the playoffs. In baseball, you have to win 2 games, then 3, then 4, as it moves along through the playoffs. Football is really the only one that's like one and you're done. But typically, the best team will make it to the Super Bowl. And I know people like to bring up, well, the Patriots lost in 2007 to the Giants with a perfect season. But that's also a different factor because they lost to their head-to-head opponent, the Giants, on that day.
I mean, that can happen, but like, look at our Pokemon Showdown, for example. Like, we had changed the rules twice. We were changed it from the 1 battle to, or 3 battles to 1 battle. And then we changed it back to 3 battles, I believe. And then just basically switching between those 2 battle formats, it felt like an entirely different thing where you had to strategize differently because we didn't get multiple chances to battle each other's team. We had best 2 out of 3 versus just best of 1.
Yeah. No, I think it's just one of those things that it's different in racing because you can be affected by things that are not your own doing, right? Like in Pokemon, you and Emily battled. You won the battle. I didn't come in and like my team didn't magically show up and take out Emily's team, then you win. Right? If you're in football, it's the Super Bowl, and the Patriots against the Giants were better than the Patriots in that day that they won the Super Bowl. It wasn't like you didn't have someone from the Jets come in and tackle Tom Brady when the Giants are playing. It was the Jets against the Patriots, and the best team won that day. And in racing, if you have someone else who can hit the wall and cause a caution, because Denny Hamlin was the driver who should have won that day at Phoenix. He was the best under that format. He lost the championship because William Byron had his tire blow out and hit the wall. Nothing Denny Hamlin did, nothing Kyle Larson did to change who won the championship. It was purely down to someone else's tire blowing out. And those are the things that are not going to make the championship, be fair because it should have been decided in a different way. So hopefully,
it's RNG.
Hopefully, they go to a full season format next year, and not some stupid altered playoffs like they're discussing doing. So, yeah, that's that for that subject. Do you want to add anything?
No.
Cool. All right. Let's discuss some video stuff from this week real quick. Do we get any comments? We did. We had 2. On Wan's Blood Wash video from Halloween, someone commented spooky. And from the race playlist from episode 271, when I sent Wan off the track, in the title, I had to send Wan outside the track real quick. We got a comment of, he's so chill. So, those are our comments this week.
I haven't seen a lot of hate recently.
Nah, we need more haters in the comments. If you're a hater, come comment down below. Haters only, please. Alright, videos this week. We did GTA, where I locked in, dominated. 6 episode wins in a row. I'm coming back now. Kind of reminds me of like 1v1 bodying Wan every week, 33 weeks straight dominance type thing. Curtis Dominance, Gabor fans type thing. You know what I mean?
Maybe you just need to do another episode where you use stock cars before the new year.
Maybe I can bet you 50 points again. Maybe you'll win that way.
I think it would be a better challenge if you had to use stock cars, because then you're not just racing against me, you'd also be Emily.
Nah, I'll give you both 50 points the next episode.
That swings it way too hard, though. Like,
Nah, I'll do
I
it.
know I lost, but
I mean, I think I did beat both of you by more than 50. But nah, we'll do like 35. You guys start with 35. Let me see if I can come back. We'll do that next time.
come back to her.
Can I overcome a 35-point deficit to win? I think I can.
Now you have to make it more impressive than your original ones. You have to be like 75.
I didn't overcome 50 though.
Oh, okay.
That's how you ended my streak of 33 in a row.
That's right. Yep.
Does anybody want to add anything for how they felt about GTA this week?
It was fine.
Real.
I got third.
You heard it here first, guys.
I cried.
The insight from Emily. I'm going to put that on the screen. Big text. Emily's, you know how they have like stats powered by AWS and like football?
Yeah.
Stats powered by Emily. It was fine. I got third.
Like the little news bubble at the bottom
yeah.
of the text screen.
Yeah, it's like the graphics in sports.
Suspect at large. Like
graphics in sports. First time getting third in this month. Like, I like your insights, babe.
Do you?
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Oh.
Wendolph Wandler, do you have anything to add for GTA?
I do not.
I already said my piece for GTA. We also did Fortnite. How did everybody feel about Fortnite?
I enjoyed that game.
You said we almost won? We did almost win. What did we get, third?
I think so.
Third and seventh.
I think we had one that we got like 14th or some shit early, but yeah, no, it was good. We got to definitely play some more. Maybe do another video next week or something. I think we got to get a win, just the three of us. I know we won with Jonathan, but we haven't got to win with the three of us. Emma and I got to win together. Did we win on video before?
I don't know.
I know we have gotten wins though, together a few times.
Yeah.
We got wins with Jonathan. All four of us.
Ever get a solo win?
What?
You ever get a solo win?
Yeah.
I came close. How many have you gotten?
At least like 5, maybe.
Real.
We got 2 or 3.
I got none because I've only done one solo match ever. But again,
Yeah.
I did get like 5th or some shit. So let's talk about Pokemon Showdown. I do just want to clarify for Emily here why during our NASCAR segment that she didn't want to chime in. Corner Zilch is her favorite driver in all of NASCAR. Denny Hamlin's her favorite driver in the Cup Series. So not a great weekend for her. It's also her first time ever watching sports, really, ever. And also having, like, her team or drivers or athlete, whatever, in the championship. So, to lose them both back-to-back in terrible fashion did add to the disappointment. And also, what we're talking about next for Pokemon Showdown didn't help either. So, Pokemon Showdown was our other video this week. I didn't do anything. I just sat there and said shit. Wonderland, though. Break it down for us.
Well, we had the playoffs this week for Pokemon Showdown Championship. I pulled up with 2 separate teams, I believe. Emily, how many did you have set? Do you have all 5 or 3?
5.
Okay. Yeah, I prepared 2. I prepared one team that was more basically like what I would run if I was like building a champion team or building a team to like fight the Elite Four and champion. So I pulled up with a lot of my like staples. You saw Grimmsnarl, you saw the Ferrothorn. I think actually there's not one episode that I have not used Grimmsnarl. I think I used that in every battle, at least had it on my team.
I don't know if you had it in the beginning. Did you draft it? You didn't draft it.
I thought I did.
No, because you didn't draft anything that was past Gen 7, remember? Because you didn't know them all.
Oh yeah, it must have been like directly after or something.
You might have
Or
had it in like
trade.
week 2 or 3 or something, but you didn't have it from the start.
Oh,
Because the only one that you drafted was Regieleki, which you immediately traded for Zekrom.
right,
That's the
right.
only Pokemon that wasn't 1st through 7th gen that you drafted. But you did have him for pretty much every battle besides that.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, dude's fucking spy as hell. I like that Pokemon. It's probably like one of my favorites from the new generation. That is my favorite from the new generations. But yeah, in the battles, the first one was extreme. I mean, the first one and the third one were extremely close. At the end of those battles, I felt kind of safe because I had a couple more Pokemon that were that had more health. But throughout the entire, first 46 turns of both battles, I was sweating pretty hard. Trying to figure out what moves to click. Not really. I made 2 misclicks, I believe. One in the first battle, one in the third battle. So just not really good playing on my part. And then the second battle, I did have a sweep from Annihilate.
This shit was diabolical.
So that dude is actually, the reason I got a sweep is because that Pokemon is actually one of the strongest Pokemon that actually exists in all of Pokemon. It has a move, the move Rage Fist that I was using. The ability that it has is if Annihilate gets hit, it's a base 50 move, base 50 power. So it's about as strong as Fake Out, maybe a little bit stronger, like a tackle, right? Once you hit the Pokemon, which I use Bulk Up to raise my defense, once you hit the Pokemon, it boosts it by 50 damage every single turn. Every single turn you hit the Pokemon. So it's a max of boosting it to 300 base damage, and then on top of having the bulk up abilities, it basically would one shot literally anything that you sent out on it, even if it resisted. So that Pokemon, if you get it set up, is unstoppable. I mean, I was trying to get a sweep the entire time, and that was a Pokemon that I was hoping that I would actually have some luck doing. But I mean, you stopped that sweep earlier, Curtis, in the battle that we had pretty easily by just fucking, I don't know what you did. You used the Thunder Wave and it just kept hitting itself, I think 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. The week you revived, bro.
Yeah. He literally won me the whole battle there. But yeah, I just got lucky setting up on Emily there. It's the only reason I was able to pull that off. But no, Annihilate is one of the strongest Pokemon based on multipliers that you can have.
Yeah, no, that shit was crazy. Do you have anything you want to add to the battle?
I tried.
You did.
There wasn't really anything I could do after you did that.
No, I think you did a good job. I mean, again, obviously the Annihilate is hard to do anything with, but like Wen said, the other 2 battles, I mean, it was very close. I mean, like I told you right after the battle happened, the last battle was going to be hard when you had Cerulege left against Wailord. Emily did ask, how did your Wailord outspeed for that last attack?
It was Choice Scarfed.
Okay. I knew there was something that would make it go first.
Yeah, so you used Shadow Sneak the turn before that, which is priority move. But because I had the Choice Scarf, this basically built into the strategy that I have for the Wailord is that Hydro Pump, or not Hydro Pump, the fuck did I use?
Water Spout?
Yeah, Water Spout, I believe, does max damage if your Pokemon is at max health, or it does double damage if your Pokemon's at max health. So, like, that's the strategy is to send it out, use water spout, and then outspeed, do fucking a fuck ton of damage. But you would outsped me on the first turn, so it really didn't like utilize that. I was surprised you actually lived that, because that's
that shit was crazy.
like,
I was like, there ain't no way, bro.
but yeah, that was definitely a close match. That was a very difficult battle. I mean, I think overall, on average, your team is giving me more trouble than Curtis's team has just every single week. And Curtis's team is very hard to beat, just because, like, he'd pull up with some wild ass strategy, or like take some Pokemon from what I had and like use that against me. So they're trying to figure out how to like counter that along with building my team. So definitely a good battler for only playing the last couple of generations, getting into it fairly recently. So definitely props to that for winning, almost beating me in playoffs.
Bro, what was the ridiculous? I had like rest, sleep talk. Was it rest, sleep talk, Garchomp, bro?
Rest, sleep talk, and somehow every single time you managed to hit the exact move you needed. And it's like, bruh.
No, I do want to touch on what you said though. Emily pulling up, she only started playing Pokemon like last October, November. Like her first ever Pokemon main series game she ever played. Like she played Pokemon Go before because everybody played Pokemon Go, but her first main series Pokemon game she ever played was last year, Brilliant Diamond, the video series on this channel. So when you see that Brilliant Diamond video, if you watch the first episode, that's the first time she ever played Pokemon main series game. So she's went through pretty much every generation. I believe besides, the only regions that she hasn't played is Johto and Unova. Those are the only two. So she's played through most of it. We watched a lot of the shows. Just getting into all this stuff. Right? We watched all of Sinnoh, 95% of Black and White. We got like 10 episodes left. Like she's very much into Pokemon. I mean, we have most of these Pokemon here are ones that she wanted. So, very much like in Pokemon. And I mean, I got destroyed. I mean, we talked about the predictions for how the tournament would go when we were making it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, you were the number one that we kind of said we're going to win the championship, most likely. I was projected second. Emily was third. Jonathan was fourth. But, I mean, Emily pulled up and she beat all of us. She's the only one that beat all of us in a battle because you didn't get to battle Jonathan. So,
right. Yep.
She beat all three of us. I mean, she's the only one that took on Jonathan like head to head. So,
yeah, but I mean, I would say that like my actual, I'm a bit rusty now, but my actual competitive skill is akin to that of like a beginner person in like the actual like championship that they have, like whatever it's called.
Yeah, the world championship.
I mean, I definitely would not win that shit.
Those
dudes fucking are crazy, but
because there's also way more to it because like they have to get the Pokemon, train them with all the stats and everything. Like Showdown, you can go in and say I want these numbers, right? Like I want my speed stat to be this. I want like you can set it. You have to like either breed them or catch them or train them or whatever. Like through that, get all the moves. Like you have to do all of it, and it's also super meta based, so everybody has the same shit. I mean, when we watched the World Tournament this summer, World Championship, you had like the same maybe 15 Pokemon for like the whole team. Everybody had pretty much either Calyrex, whatever one from the horse dude. Typically it was the dark, whatever the darker version is called. It was that dude. Yeah, Shadow Rider. Calyrex, Shadow Rider. There was typically like a Rillaboom or a Brute Bonnet. And then you had like Corodon,
Urshifu,
and like that was it was pretty much those dudes that everybody had. Like it was those like four, and then there was one or two different, but for the most part it was the same, 15 Pokemon for the top 30 people in the world. Like so our tournament obviously is different. We're not doing meta based purely down to drafting a team who can build the best team instead of like, we all have the same thing. Like, who can click the button the most accurately? Like,
Right.
who IV trained their Pokemon the best? Like, or is there who can come up with the best strategy to beat the most ridiculous shit you can come up with? So,
It's that, and it's also like I've seen videos on like competitive nowadays. I watched a video, bro. There's the new Dawn fan, Iron Tusks or whatever.
yeah.
Like, there's a person apparently Life Orb, the item, takes a certain percentage of health, and it rounds down based on like what the number of your like the final number of your HP is. So there was a person who like IV trained their Dawn fan below what it actually should have been for HP, so that way it took less damage than Life Orb and it was able to win. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, how do you even? I don't. That's like some fucking next level shit. I couldn't beat that in a tournament if there were people doing stupid shit like that, bro.
Bro, I can't wait to get bodied in Pokemon Champions when that comes out, dog. Oh my god. That's going to be ridiculous. Champions is going to just be esport dudes just like sweating. They're going to be moderating right over here and just like sweating on their keyboard trying to like get the right fucking Pokemon. Yeah, no, that's going to be diabolical. Alright, that is that. Do you want to touch on one thing? Emma and I did have our interviews today. That was very cool.
Hmm?
Went well.
Where's that?
We'll find out in a day or so. See what happened with getting that. But yeah, it took a while. We had set interview times because they were doing like a whole interviewing event, but there was set times that we set up to do, but we didn't get in for another hour. Emily was scheduled at 3. She didn't get until like 3:15 or 4:15. Mine was at 3:30. I didn't get until like 4:30. But it went well. My favorite question was, what do you do in a situation when someone's doing something unsafe? And I was just like, well, you see, you know. The dude, he's like, I'm sure you had this situation before. I'm like, fuck.
You report them to the police, bro.
I'm like, huh. If someone you're working with is doing something unsafe, I don't know. Never been in that situation. Wouldn't know. But no, I did find that ironic. But it went well, so we'll find out in a day or two how that went. But it's time. Emily's fact of the week. You have your fact for the week.
Yeah, I do.
What is your fact for the week, babe?
That Spinda's pattern is random, meaning getting 2 shiny Spindas with their hidden abilities and matching spots is near impossible without hacking.
I know Spinda is so much of a bitch that, like, I don't even know. I know there was an issue with the coding of Spinda in, like, Pokemon Home or some shit, too. I forgot what it was, but there was, like, something where, like, Spindas were just fucked in Pokemon Home because of how ridiculous the coding is with Spinda. Because you can just get so many different patterns and, like, it's random compared to, like, any other Pokemon. So.
I wonder what is more unlikely. You getting a matching hidden ability spotted Spinda, or you shuffling
Me
a deck
winning.
of cards into order.
I have no idea. It's got to be ridiculous. There's certain things that are just crazy odds. I said it to Emily when we were in the car today about the for the Super Bowl. I'm like, the Jets and Giants had to play each other in the Super Bowl when their stadium hosts the Super Bowl. Like, the odds of that, bruh. Considering for the Super Bowl, for like the whole history of it, no team had ever played in their home stadium in the Super Bowl, and then it happened back-to-back years. That was what was funny. It never happened, ever. And then the Buccaneers and Rams, back-to-back years, played in their home stadium. But that's another thing that's very, like, uncommon. I mean, you have to think of it. You have to be one of the best 2 teams in the year that your stadium gets to host it, and not every stadium gets to host it. 'Cause typically, it's stadiums that are domes or stadiums that are in warmer areas. So it definitely narrows that down. But yeah, that is that for the fact of the week. Let's go to our song of the week. Let's see what you got for us, Wanderland.
I'm going to go with "Take Me Out" by Franz Ferdinand.
Like the dude who got shot and like started World War One, bruh.
Not the same dude.
Franz Ferdinand, the dude who got shot at the start of World War One. It's the same dude, he said. You know about that? Yeah, that dude made a song apparently, ironically called "Take Me Out," even though he's the one that got taken out. All right, what is your song of the week?
Was it after he got shot?
Considering he got shot and killed, no, he didn't write the song "Take Me Out." It was a joke.
I know.
Yeah, it was after.
Why I asked
It was after he got shot. Yeah, it was AI. Him wrote it like last year.
It was one of those songs where like they write it before they die, for after they die.
Yeah, so you had to like, "When I Die" release the song type thing.
Post-mortem release. That's what it is.
Yeah. All right. What's your song?
Then what? Clay Walker.
I agree. That's a great one.
Oh, was that?
She said "Then What" by Clay Walker. It's a banger. I'm going with "Country Boy" by Alan Jackson.
A good one.
Certified banger. All right, and Pokemon of the week.
I apparently didn't write down your Pokemon last week, or it didn't say.
Go with Druddigan.
Druddigan, that's a wild pull, bro. Thought you would have won Annihilate, the one that got you part of that win.
Isn't that one the one that you get from the special research box in Pokemon Go?
Yeah.
For the week that I've gotten like 5 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
The Druddigan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see that. That's actually why I picked it this week.
Is that your special box of the week?
No, I didn't open Pokemon Go on my phone yet, but I will in a little bit after this. So we'll see if I can pull a Druddigan. Because that's that dude I need for my Pokedex.
Bro, we have a
Bro, I'm
Sobble.
already like level 37.
There's a Sobble and a Chikorita. That's crazy. What level is it you're up to? 30?
I think 37, 36.
Yeah, it's because you weren't that far behind, and then when they had the level resets.
What do you mean?
Like they changed the leveling from what the game always had to what it is now.
Well, no, I like restarted my whole profile.
Yeah, but you had moved up already. You weren't like level 1. You get to like level 18, 20 really quick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
That's what I'm saying. So everybody got that boost. Everybody got like 10 levels.
Plus, you catch like majority of like all the Pokemon that are in the Pokedex because there's so many. There's 1,000 now, right? 1,097 or something like that.
Well, there's 1,025 total, but there's a bunch that aren't in the game. So there's probably like 800 in Pokemon Go.
Oh yeah. So I mean, you can catch like if you just open the game after downloading it, you can catch about like 50 to 60 Pokemon that you just don't have registered, and then like bam. I mean, I play like when I have some off time.
You play Pokemon Go every day?
I was thinking about that meme.
Can you sing the song, Win?
Yeah, I wonder if that kid's still playing Pokemon Go.
He plays it every day, bro, so he better.
But yeah, I just play at work, and sometimes when I have some off time, and just go around, catch a Pokemon, collect his stops, just like frequently. And I mean, that's been leveling me up pretty quickly. So
I agree.
it sucks because I can't do any of the raids past 9 o'clock when I go in.
Yeah. Bro can't do the raids when the raids are happening. Bro, That stupid spider holding the ball was in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have it, and I didn't catch it.
I caught it.
It's not here. It was literally right there, bro.
Oh,
It's a special event though, so you're definitely gonna find the.
I don't really care about that dumbass spider, but if it wants to show up, bro.
That's like the worst. The evolution of that is like the worst Pokemon in Gen 8 or Gen whatever the fuck it's.
9.
Sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're all trash. I hate everything. Yeah, Terratuluda.
Octua.
Yeah, basically. Either way, that is a good spot to end the. Oh, we didn't do our Pokemon.
No.
Did you do your Pokemon?
No.
What's your
we only did
Pokemon?
Lance.
What's your Pokemon?
Blastoise.
You picked Blastoise, babe?
Yeah.
You picked Blastoise, babe?
Yeah.
Is that because there was a card that had Blastoise on it when we were at
Yeah.
the casino? Was it? Wow.
Yeah.
So proud of you. I'm going to pick my guy, Arcanine.
Bro picks that every week, bro.
Did you know?
I didn't pick this dude last week, dog. Look at bro. Look, he's locked in. I got it the other day, bro.
That's a interesting small plush. I figured it would be bigger, you know, like one of the pillow-sized Arcanine.
I'm glad it's small, bro. What?
Did you know that Arcanine was going to be a legendary Pokemon?
Is that why
Looks
bro's
like a-
called the legendary Pokemon in his information?
Yes.
Wow. I didn't know that,
Looks
babe.
like a Growlithe. Growl.
Did you know that Growlithe can't learn Growl?
Growlithe can't learn Growl. That's good. I like that one. That's real good. I'm glad. I'm glad that Growlithe can't learn Growl,
This
bro.
is my guy.
At least in the first 6 generations, Charizard can't learn to fly.
This is what you wanted to show you, Wen.
Flappy. See, that's a good small Pokemon plush. I feel like Arcanine looks too much like Growlithe.
You look like Growlithe.
Don't compare
Oh.
my guy Growlithe to Wen.
We know this one
Wen
too.
looks like Oranguru, dog.
I like the Santa Claus sweater Pikachu.
Yeah, bro has Pokemon on it though.
He is a li-
It's a Wooloo scarf. The star you in the middle for the star.
and
Like that.
and the guys on the side.
The Miniors.
And the
Mega Starmie.
Mega Starmie, dog.
You fucking wild.
I fucking hate that Pokemon.
Mega Starmie's trash, bro. We have a few winter Pokemon. We have the Christmas present Sprigatito, but Emily lost that one in our small pile on the wall. It got buried in there. And then we have Winter Sobble.
Well,
but
it's like how you wanted Snivy too, but
Yeah.
that thing that's buried.
Winter.
Bro has one of those giant ball cages from fucking Walmart in his room.
Basically.
We need a big one like that, honestly.
We do have the Winter Sobble. You've seen that one in our living room before.
Yeah.
Jax likes to knock that one down so we can get on top of that shelf. It's
That's
always on the
fine.
floor, the middle of the living room. But I think that's a good place to end off. Next week we will be doing Gran Turismo 7. We'll be returning to that. So we'll see when go from dominating every week in Pokemon to getting clapped every week in Gran Turismo. Wen left. See you, Wen.
Bye, Wen.
Wen's gone. All right. Well, I guess that's that. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Emily here. She's ready now.
I'm ready now.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you feeling better now?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. We'll see you guys next week for some more goated content.